be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Bruce Lee was born on November 27, 1940 in San Francisco, California, in the US. He died on July 20, 1973 in Hong Kong. In this video, as part of our Indomitable People series, we give you the Indomitable Bruce Lee. In line with the philosophy and meaning of Indomitable, which is staunch, unyielding and unbreakable, Bruce Lee is a perfect example of that person.
If you do not have styles, if you just say, well, here I am, you know, as a human being, how can I express myself? Totally and completely. Now, that way, you won't create a style, because style is a crystallization, you know. I mean, that way, it's a process of continuing growth.
Bruce was renowned for his martial arts prowess and who helped popularize martial arts movies in the 1970s. Lee was born in San Francisco, but he grew up in Hong Kong. He was introduced to the entertainment industry at an early age, as his father was an opera singer and part-time actor. The younger Lee began appearing in films as a child and was frequently cast as a juvenile delinquent or street urchin. As a teenager, he took up with the local gangs and began learning kung fu to better defend himself. At that time, he also started dance lessons, which further refined his footwork and balance. In 1958, Lee won the Hong Kong Cha-Cha Championship. Lee's parents were increasingly worried by his street fighting and run-ins with the police, so they sent him to live in the United States shortly after he turned 18. He lived with family friends in Seattle, where he finished high school and studied philosophy and drama at the University of Washington. While in Seattle, he opened his first martial arts school, and in 1964 he relocated to Oakland, California to open a second school. It was about that time that he developed his own technique. Jeet Kune Do, a blend of ancient kung fu, fencing, boxing and philosophy, which he began teaching instead of traditional martial arts. He drew the attention of a television producer after giving a kung fu demonstration at a Los Angeles area karate tournament, and he was cast as the sidekick Kato in the television series The Green Hornet. Lee had difficulty finding acting jobs after the cancellation of The Green Hornet, and he began supplementing his income by giving private Jeet Kune Do lessons to Hollywood stars, including Steve McQueen. In the 1969 film Marlowe, Lee received notice for a scene in which he destroyed an entire office through kickboxing and karate moves. Troubled by his inability to find other suitable roles, however, he moved back to Hong Kong in 1971. There, Lee starred in 2 films that broke box office records throughout Asia. Eventually, he found success in the United States with those movies, Fist of Fury and The Big Boss. Lee used his sudden box office clout to form his own production company, and he co-produced, directed, wrote and starred in his next films, Return of the Dragon and The Way of the Dragon. Lee's following film, Enter the Dragon, was the first joint venture between Hong Kong and US-based production companies, and it became a worldwide hit, thrusting Lee into international movie stardom. Tragically, he died 6 days before the film's Hong Kong release. The mysterious circumstances of his death have been a source of speculation for fans and historians. The cause of death was officially listed as swelling of the brain caused by an allergic reaction to a headache medication. However, modern forensics have concluded to the fact that cortisone use to treat a back injury may have contributed to poisoning his body, which ultimately caused his death. At the time, Lee had been working on a film called Game of Death, which was pieced together with stand-ins and cardboard cutouts of Lee's face and was released in 1978. After Lee's death, his films gained a large cult following. Lee himself became one of the biggest pop culture icons of the 20th century and is often credited with changing the way Asians were presented in American films. A slightly fictionalised biopic, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, appeared in 1993. His son Brandon followed Lee into acting, and unfortunately he died after being shot with a misloaded prop gun while filming The Crow in 1994. Bruce Lee is an icon and is well and truly an indomitable human being.
It might sound too philosophical, but it's acting or acting unacting.
You've lost me.
I have, right? So what I'm saying, actually, you see, I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
Yin yang, eh?
Right, man, that's it.
If this is your first time on the channel, or you have returned and like the content, then can I ask you to please like, share and subscribe. It really does help me and the channel. Oh yeah, don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss out on upcoming videos. And if you are interested in some cool links, then check them out in the description box below. Or are you looking for some merchandise, t-shirts, etc., then visit my store and check out what I've got to offer.